Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily, and thank you Jakob Schubert for joining me today. We're here at the Studio Bloc Masters competition. Jakob, last year you finished combined champion and lead champion. It's an amazing season. Just talk to me about some of the emotions that you were feeling as that year drew to a close.
Last year couldn't have been any better. I think I had really big goals and I reached those goals, but even more, lead world champion and then even also combined world champion, which I really didn't expect.
There he is, world champion in his home city, Jakob Schubert.
Winning both of the overalls in the World Cup was a really big year for me. Also because the World Championship was at home, there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of will of myself to do well there, right? And it worked out perfectly. So it's definitely a year I will remember the rest of my life. But my career is not over, and I still have goals. So every season is a new season, and I'm just as psyched as last year.
Well, obviously I've been dreaming of this moment quite a while now. This is such an important event for me. Climbing in front of such a huge home crowd. I really can't describe my feelings right now.
When you first started in the competition circuit, you had a very, very strong season, and then it kind of, I'm not going to say downhill because you were always up there at the top, but not quite to the same level as last year. What changed last year? Was it a mental thing or a training? What happened to really push you to that next level?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I reached a new level last year. I think I was pretty consistent the last years as well. The year before, I decided to skip a lot of lead World Cups for the first time to go to Rocklands. So obviously I didn't do well in the lead overall, but the comps I did really well. I don't know, last year I had a really good start, and obviously I think it helped having the World Championship at home. It's something that you really, really want to train for, train really hard. I'm not saying I wasn't psyched the years before, but maybe that gave me a bit more psych, and even you're saying to yourself, pressure and nervosity that you're having at home, it's not that nice of a feeling, but it seems to work.
Here's the local hero, Jakob Schubert, 2012 world champion. 20-time IFSC World Cup winner, a legend of the game. He's been at it a decade and he's never looked stronger.
When I think of the winners of the lead, yourself and Journey for the bouldering, I think of two climbers who climb outside all the time. I almost see you as an outdoor climber more than an indoor climber. How much does that help your preparation for the season, having that outdoor psyche?
Well, I'm not doing it as Jarne, I would say. Right before the World Cups, I do spend a lot of time in the gym. I wouldn't deny that, and I also enjoy that, to be honest. But yeah, I'd love to climb outside as well, obviously, especially in the winter break where we don't have so many comps. I always do as much trips as possible, go to Spain, try some really hard routes. And yeah, especially over the last years, I found a new, I really love trying something really hard on my limit, like a 9B, or maybe in the future even harder, and try to work on it. And I've always learned a lot about my climbing doing that, or during a process, trying a route, because you never really try a route or a boulder to perfection in training. And outdoors, if you try something on your limit, you need to climb it perfectly if you want to send it. So you sometimes find out what it actually means to climb perfectly, Sometimes you just want to enjoy climbing outside and just having fun. It's a really different challenge than doing a competition. Mentally really different. You don't climb something as hard as a 9B in a competition, since it's just on-site and flash. That's what is so exciting about trying something that hard. You do every move kind of automatically because you tried it so many times, so it's close to perfection how you climb that route, and that's why you feel like you're getting closer to your actual limit.
The next year coming up is huge in terms of Olympic selection, and of course you've still got the World Cups and World Championships. Is this changing the way you see the season and prepare for the season, or is it just another year for you and you're just going to get your head down?
No, it definitely changes it a lot in terms of goals. This year, I think a lot of the strong climbers and myself as well are just focusing on the Olympic qualification. My main goal this year is qualifying for the Olympics, and everything else is not too important to me, actually. Obviously World Championship and World Cup overall, they always mean something, but since I won both of those things last year, this year is definitely Olympic qualification, and if I reach that, I'm going to be happy. And I'm even thinking if I'm able to do it in Tokyo already, spending the fall on like Perfecto Mundo instead of lead World Cups, but we will see.
Come on.
Awesome, man. And the news has just come through that the format is being changed for the next Olympics, or proposed anyway. What's your feelings on that, with speed as now a separate discipline? Do you think that's better for the sport? Because you're very good at speed climbing, so it kind of plays to your strengths perhaps with this format.
Yeah, I do think it's great for the sport if that actually goes through, but at the same time I'm not as, I don't know, happy or like super happy as like some people are, because I think the big goal should be having all three disciplines, and that's still the goal. And yes, maybe it makes sense splitting speed from bouldering and lead, because speed is like a speed discipline and the others are like difficulty disciplines, right? But still, it doesn't make sense to me combining bouldering and lead. Combining disciplines just doesn't make sense to me in climbing, because there's nothing that you can like actually count the disciplines together. So you're just multiplying rankings, and if you think about it a little longer, it just doesn't make sense. And it really depends like how many starters are there, who of which discipline is actually there. It's not only your own effort, but it's also like some weird things that are taken into account. So I really, really hope that at some point we actually get our three disciplines.
Awesome. Well, Jakob, best of luck with the next season. Good luck with the Olympic qualifications. Look forward to seeing you at the top of the podium where you belong.
Thank you.